Hello guys, it's SoundKiller, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Shindeiru virtual Riot style bass sound here, very wonky Serum. So change here to the default skin so you guys can work a bit better. And let's get started with the bass. So first of all, I like to choose a very greedy wavetable. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna choose a resampled wavetable I have here. I really like a lot. It's Shindeiru. Starting it right there sounds good. So what I will do now is I'll drag this LFO here and just modulate it like this so it goes up. So after having this wavetable chosen, I'm gonna go here and choose a bend mode of my liking. So I really like the bend minus side, so I'm just gonna go here and choose bend minus. And then I'm gonna go here, and this is a very important LFO because this is what's gonna make the wonky sounds. I'm just gonna draw a curve like this. Something like this. Something like this, and just put it here in the levels audio just to hear the wonk. So you guys can start to hear the wonk. So I'm just gonna disable the volume on this one and just use a second oscillator with a amplitude modulation. I'm gonna do something like this. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here. Just something like this. And this one is gonna be for the filter. So this one's gonna be a bit more variated just to give it a little more variation in the filtering here. I can just put this one like this. I like to use a high pass because it gives it a more vowel tone to it. And then with this one, you can also like just add the bend. So one really neat thing you can start to do now is just having these macros. So I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna put it all the way down, and I'm gonna call this one my bend macro. So I'm just gonna type enable here. So basically this macro is activating and disabling my bend. So if I have it here, it's on 0%, which is enabled, and then if I take it here, it's disabled. So basically enable, disable the bend mode here, the bend warp mode. Because if you look at here, this is going up to 40%. So if I take it down to 100% negative, the maximum is below the 0. So it basically has no effect. This LFO is doing no effect, so basically bypasses the bend warp mode. Continuing on, I first like to enable the compression because I really like how it sounds with the compressor. I like to add a bit of hyperdimension as well. Add a little bit of mix here. To make it a bit more wonky, I like to have a bit of size here. Like nothing too extreme. Gives it a bit more interesting sound to it, and I like to distort this as well. Distortion is basically just crunching it up, making the sound a bit more beefier. I just enable this reverb with size and decay set to 0, just like a really high mix, so that gives it a very nice metallic sound. And for the mix, I usually set it to 0 and then just have it controlled by this macro here, just to give it more control to your patch. As well as with the delay, I like to use a preset here called Rhythm. Just drag and drop here. And what really makes this sound very squelchy is this cutoff filter. So very important, you have the first LFO, which is with the max peaks, so that this goes from 50 to 100. And this really soften it, ups the bass, like makes it really soft. And you can also like shift alt click just to make it like this, and just if you want a bit of a more squelchy, wonky bass. Which also works as well, and you can also like do something like this with this LFO. Or just have it with this one, whichever pleases you the most. Whoops, wrong knob. So this EQ is basically just working as a third filter, which is giving a more volatile to it. So this is basically the use I give to this filter. So there's still a lot of things you can change up with this bass. For example, I can remove the modulator here, have this go up to like 30, and then have this go here. I can also right click here and set loopback point here and set this to envelope instead of trigger. So this basically makes that this final bar here, this square here, repeats itself endlessly. Also very important, always naming your stuff so that you don't forget. This was the WT position, wavetable position. So there's so many things you can change up to make your sound to your liking. So that's very awesome in sound design, just shaping and morphing the sound to your style. And then you can like post-process. For post-process, I recommend like having a very little wet to 0, like for example, just minimum amount of wet. Because then the OTT messes up, since like we always use OTT, it's like a must. And to like really define this bass, I like to use a delay 3. I just turn off the tempo sync, have it to like around 40%. And then just a phaser because that's just my signature sound. Just having a bit of phasing. It defines my bass sounds. You can use like this phaser. I also like to use this phaser as well. If I can go here, which gives it also. Just add another OTT because I really like OTT. We can like turn out the wet. And just add a bit of distortion here. As well as saturation just to beef up the sound a bit. And you can also like do the size and decay on a separate reverb. And also just EQ, the of an EQ curve. This should go down because I want this the EQ here. Just remove this annoying frequencies around here. And then, for example, you can make the sides here stereo, mono. I'm sorry, I was gonna say stereo. You can also like change around and move these around. And just have like a very greedy, wonky bass growl, just like this for like a drop. And just like, for example, I really like this on D. Like the D key works very great for this bass, but you can also like use the F key. Though one thing to note is that if you're gonna be changing keys, you have to like make sure you also change the time here so that you can fit the tuning, like just adjust the tuning. And just play around like that. There's so many things you can change here. For example, like the phaser as well. And again, we have like these knobs here, these macros, so this is another thing. So just like you have so many things on how to change this bass, which makes it so awesome. And yeah, this was the bass I wanted you guys to see, to learn how to make. Hope you guys found this tutorial very useful. I think this is one of the best bass patches that you can learn from, just like raw sound design in general. There's so many awesome things happening around here, and there's so many like minor details and things that you can just adjust and completely change the sound and make it something completely different. But yeah guys, anyways, this was SoundKiller. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and until next time.